"Students, what's the funniest way a kid took the teacher's job?" The substitute walked in, wrote one word on the board, sat down, and that was it. No introduction, no instruction, no anything. Just a man who had clearly accepted defeat before the bell even rang. He had that energy of someone who got this job on a Tuesday and regretted it by Wednesday. He pulled out his phone before anyone even opened a notebook. For about 30 seconds. The class just sat there. That rare, confused silence where everyone waits for someone else to do something stupid first. Nolan broke it. Nolan sits in the third row. And if you asked any teacher to describe him, not one of them would land on promising academic. He raised his hand, asked if we could just get started, and the sub, without looking up, said sure. That was a mistake. Nolan stood up, walked to the front of the room, picked up a marker, and just started teaching, like it was nothing. Like he'd been planning this his entire life, and was simply waiting for the right opening. Nobody said a word, not one person. We all just watched it happen. He was calling on kids by name, writing notes on the board, pointing at people who looked distracted. At one point, a kid in the back started messing around, and Nolan stopped mid-sentence and said, "Hey, take it outside." The kid grabbed his stuff and left. I want to be clear, that kid went to the hallway, voluntarily, because Nolan told him to. Nolan, who once got a detention for eating a full sandwich during a fire drill. The sub watched all of this from his chair and did absolutely nothing. He wasn't even pretending to be in charge anymore. He was fully on his phone, legs crossed, completely checked out. At this point, he was just a witness. Then someone passed Nolan the graded quiz stack from the teacher's desk. I don't know who did it. I don't think anyone will ever admit to it. But Nolan looked at that stack, looked at the class, and started reading scores out loud. Full names, full score, just announcing them to the room like a game show host with a grud. Marcus, 62. Marcus sank into his chair. Deja, 91. Good job, Deja. Deja looked genuinely proud. The class completely lost it. Kids were covering their mouths. Someone in the back was recording. The sub glanced up once, saw what was happening, and looked back at his phone like it wasn't his problem. Which, honestly, fair. This went on for another 20 minutes. Nolan gave someone a homework extension. He rescheduled a group project deadline. He told two girls talking in the corner to please respect the learning environment. I cannot stress enough that he was completely serious the entire time. Then the door opened. Our actual teacher walked in. She'd had an emergency and been gone for about 45 minutes. She stepped through the door mid-stride, still moving, and then just stopped. Nolan was sitting in her chair, behind her desk, marker in hand.